What's going on, YouTube? It's about that time again. Now we tune in to Reality Talk News. Now, an attorney had represented the family of Nolan Wells said on Wednesday an independent autopsy failed to identify to clear because the death in the case that was known national attention. So here's the update about this. The findings of the inclusion pending further investigation, says Benjamin Crump. And then speaking during the press conference at the NAACP gathering in Chicago, Crump, a prominent civil rights attorney, said that the body was not in a state that would allow the complete forensic review of the remains. The autopsy was performed by Dr. Roger Mitchell, who was not present at the time, while Crump acknowledged the autopsy found no evidence of wrongdoing. He described it the finding of exclusive. The pathologist cannot rule out for any interviewing of non-accidental factors contribute or to cause of a death of Nolan Wells, he said. So Wells was found dead on an island off of Mississippi coast 2 days after his friends boated to a 4th of July party. And so following Wednesday, the press conference provided the new little concrete information about the case, but appeared to be part of the effect of spirit factor action from law enforcement. So mother Christine Wells Wansley spoke briefly, voicing anger over the pace, scope of the official investigation. The only question we have is what happened to our son, she said. It's time to hope our local authorities will do what it takes and what they need to do. Us having to preliminary autopsy results and hear nothing from them is a heartbreaking and considering. So she added that the local law enforcement appeared to conclude prematurely that her son's death was accidental. So the damage has been done because that's the narrative that being pushed by the general public, Wells Wansley says. So the law enforcement officials has not been released any official cause of death, and the official state autopsy still pending in the statement released July 8th, which is the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Mississippi said Wells has last been seen near Horn Island and asked for help from the public as their investigation continues. So as the active investigation, our investigators are working to establish the fact through eyewitness account, physical evidence, or other reliable information, the statement says. So they still pending for the autopsy, which is they finished not too long ago. So now they trying to figure out the statements and what did he really die from. So let me ask you a question. Did he ever got murdered or he drowned accidentally? Because remember, they showed the picture of 2 people went out there to swim. I don't know if they was out there in the water or whatever. It was Nolan Wells and it was a woman was out there. But remember, the deeper you go far out, the before you go out, the deeper the ocean is. And when you go that far out, then you won't have an issue. Now, what the weather is out there, if it was a wave going on that pushed him out there and drowned, or it could be another way around. You never know what happened out there in Horn Island. Now, it was a rumor that they did the autopsy and they found no throat. His throat was missing, and I think his liver or kidney, something like that was missing as well. It was another rumor that those parts was off his body was missing. So I don't know. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know who's telling the truth or who's telling the lie, but they needs to find the real truth. If this is accidentally, all you had to do is say it's accidentally. Then they'll throw the case out. But don't try to go around here and try to take keys and phone and then hide somewhere and then your face not to be shown nowhere because y'all guilty, y'all hiding something. They're telling us that y'all hiding something. So what is y'all hiding? So now one of the judge's sons, Warren Hudson, has going on break his sides about to explain what happened. And everybody else was around Nolan Wells need to go on TV and go and see what's going on too. And that's another way to avoid detectives. But I don't want to sit in the investigation room, so I need to just go on TV. And that's what people are doing. This is the same thing with Tupac. When Tupac got killed, what everybody do? Go on television and tell their side of the story so they won't have to go to the interrogation room, which is they did. Some of them did. But some people wants to go on interview to cover to save their asses. Hit the like button. That's what they do. And that's what everybody else should have been doing. Same thing with Nolan Wells. And this dude here trying to save his own ass because I don't want people putting this on me, make it seem I did it. So let me ask you another again. Did he got murdered or he drowned? We gonna hear more updates about this. Oh yeah. And then not only that, the NPR reaches out to the Jackson County Sheriff Department following Wednesday's press conference, but have not yet have a response. Since Wednesday press conference, the NAACP President Derek Johnson accused investigators to mishandling the case. We are accusing them to being direct in those duties to follow up and to ensure that regardless of what happened, there was a proper investigation, he says. Last week, the NAACP passed a resolution urging law enforcement, including the United States Department of Justice, to complete an affidavit and openly transparent review and how Nolan Wells came to be left on this island and of all its activity, leading up to the time when his body was discovered. At the memorial service on Monday, family members and civil rights leaders called in an answer for an 18-year-old young man is no longer be with us and he won't answer. Not blacks. Either way, just answers. Reverend Al Sharpton, and during the eulogy, I think that for the family to be closer and come if there is justice. So Wells was celebrating on Monday as the dearly loved friend, son, brother, and teammate. He played football for Ocean Spring High School and Southwest Mississippi's Community College. Shared his story and never stopped saying his name, said Wells Wansley at the funeral. As long as we continue to remember him, his light will continue to shine through us all. So Crump announced at the press conference last week that the former San Francisco 49er quarterback Colin Kaepernick will pay for the independent autopsy again. Well, the only black friend in the group when he went to independent day trip, he was the only member in the group who failed to return. Well, investigators having confirmed that the foul play was involved in the case has been drawing widespread attention based in a part of consent if the race was factored. Now, we're going to talk more updates about this. Thank you for watching Reality Talk News.